How you doing today, sir?
Hi, sir. Can I help you?
No, can I just get your name and badge number?
Hendershot, 4225.
Hendershot? Hendershot?
Yeah, that would be me. Yes, Hendershot. Who are
Oh,
you?
okay. Oh, I'm not going to release that information right now.
Well, if I'm providing my information, it's only fair that I know who I'm speaking to. So at least I can make sure that you're aware of the proper legal ramifications or how the laws work, just like I was informing them of such.
No, I know how the laws work, and I don't have to identify myself to a police officer unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I'm committing, or I'm going to commit a crime.
Well, now, so as far as security is concerned, yes, he has a free right to record you guys. However, depending on how the city just chooses to handle the situation, if his business is completely finished within the city and then you guys are requesting that he leave, you guys can always sign trespassing complaints against him, at which point then your name would be needed so that they can therefore follow through with signing those complaints with filing municipal court.
Which would mean that I'd be committing a crime.
A disorderly person's offense, yes.
Correct. So I would like to report a crime to you as a law enforcement officer, just so I know. What's your name?
Rodriguez.
And badge number?
7125.
Thank you, I appreciate it, Rodriguez. So I would like to report a crime. One of the security officers here, as soon as I walked in the door, passed the mag, did everything that I was supposed to do, comes up to me, tells me it's against the law to record in a government building, which you just explained that it's not. And then he goes and attempts to take my phone from me, physically grabbing my phone. I had to rip it out of his hands. That is a crime. Either harassment or I don't want to be touched. I don't want my things being touched.
Did you explain to him that you did not want to be touched?
It should be common knowledge. Like, you don't have to tell me that you don't want to be touched, because if I touched you right now, I'm sure it wouldn't end well for me.
Yeah, but most people are aware of the fact when it comes to law enforcement. However,
so they shouldn't be aware what a free citizen, law-abiding citizen?
Some people don't have. Everybody's interpretation of personal space is different. So, on average, most people's personal space is your wingspan, which meaning your arms being stretched out. But some people tend to talk a little closer than that. So everybody's is different.
We're not talking about a personal space here. We're talking about a physically trying to take my phone from me, sir. That's what
you would have that on video?
Correct. Of him touching my camera. Correct. Yeah, correct.
So, if I touch your camera, what crime am I committing?
I don't know that. You're a law enforcement officer. You'd have to tell me that.
So there's no theft.
Okay.
Right.
Can I request a supervisor, please, to speak with?
Regarding what?
I would just like to speak with the supervisor regarding, so they can explain to me exactly what non-crime it is to touch somebody's stuff. Like, if I were to grab your camera right now, you would...
I'm law enforcement, so it's completely different.
No, you're no better than me just because you're law enforcement, sir.
Okay, so if you touch law enforcement and we simply explain to you not to touch us, again, depending on the manner in which you do so, can be viewed in an aggressive manner, therefore determining that the fact that you can be arrested.
He grabbed me in an aggressive manner, that's what I'm telling you. I didn't know what he was capable of, and he could have hurt me even worse than what he did. He grabbed my phone, tried to grab it, he grabbed it, I pulled it away from him. I'd like to speak to a supervisor regarding this complaint.
So he grabbed your phone, you pulled away from him.
It's a harassment. At the minimum, it's harassment.
So how is it harassment? Because you understand the statute for harassment.
With the intent to alarm or annoy. Okay. He had the intent to alarm or annoy me by grabbing my personal property.
So do you believe he had the criminal intent to cause that while being a city employee?
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me. If you grab my phone, I would want to press charges on you. I don't care if you're law enforcement, a city employee, a priest, whatever, the mayor. I don't care who you are. You don't touch me. That's what I live by, because I don't touch anybody else. So that's what
you have to explain that to other people.
I don't have to explain not to be touched, sir. That's incorrect. I don't have to explain. I would like to speak, since we're having a little bit of a miscommunication and we're not agreeing. I would like to speak to a supervisor.
So maybe want my supervisor to inform you the same thing I'm telling you.
I would like to speak to your supervisor, sir. Please, if that's all right with you.
Forward to a mobile supervisor.
Thank you. Appreciate it, officer.
Our unnamed individual at City Hall who doesn't want to provide his information would like to speak with a supervisor. Does not like the answers I'm giving him.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you my information if you have reasonable articulable suspicion I've committed a committing or going to commit a crime. For sure, I will. I comply with all laws, sir. I want to say I do appreciate you letting them know that I do have the right to film in public. Thank you for conveying that to the security here, because in my opinion, you should have never been called. I should have been allowed to conduct my business. I'm an independent journalist. I explained that to them. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. I told them where I needed to go, which was the city clerk. Luckily, the city administrator came down and, de-escalated the situation and allowed me to conduct my business here.
Well, not everybody is aware of how things work when it comes to recording. Many lay people have no concept or understanding of the laws regarding recording devices.
Well, this is why I love to educate. I love to, because now I bet you all these security guards will definitely know in the future, right?
Oh.
They'll definitely know. They should know not to touch people. So that's something that I'm not going to let go here. So you guys can not do your jobs or do them. That's up to you. But I'll be going to the state's attorney, doing what I need to do. I'm sick and tired of people putting their hands on me when they're not supposed to. It's getting a little old now, and not suffering the consequences. Because if I did it, if I put my hands on these security guards, whew, you got your gloves on and everything. You would have had me in the back of your car by now if I put my hands on them. For
Nope.
sure. For sure I would.
Nope.
For sure you would.